The top 5 things you must know before applying for business loans. Are you getting yourself turned down for your business loan and you cannot seem to understand why? I feel you. There are not many resources out here that could really explain to us why we're being turned down on our business loan applications. Having the right information is key to putting that information on that application prior to even submitting it to ensure that it gets approved and approved on the first time. I'm going to show you the 5 things you must know before applying for business loans, regardless of where your credit is. This is the channel that provides you an all-access pass to everything capital, cash flow, and credit by ensuring you have the right financial literacies for business success. This is part of my leveraging of debt weapons to gain access to credit and open up new streams of revenue for your business. Stop saying you're in a side hustle and start saying, I am open for business. Let's dive in. Hi everybody, I'm about to tell you exactly what you need to know before you go out and apply for a business loan to get yourselves approved on that first attempt. This applies to whether you are in a business startup or if you have an established business and you may have already started establishing business credit. You may still be finding yourself getting turned down and you can't really figure out why, because you might be missing a few things on that application. So this will apply to you as well. Now you could use this money as needed as working capital, or you could use it as I would to ensure that I'm turning on new revenue sources to keep growing my business, leverage that money as a debt weapon, and turn it into more cash flow. Whether you're out there seeking $20,000, $30,000, $100,000, or even $1 million, you need to know these top 5 things before you apply for that business loan. Take it from me, everybody. I'm Edward Bilder, millionaire real estate investor, entrepreneur, coach, educator, engineer, and I'm a father of 4. And I've spent the last 2 years teaching members of my channel and my course how to leverage debt weapons, get access to capital, and expand their businesses, whether they are established or whether they're in a startup. We did this with PPP, we did this with EIDL, and now we're doing it with other financial institutions and making sure you have the right financial literacies to always get that approval and not that denial, right? We learned several lessons from what happened over the past 2 years with the SBA as to why so many out there have been denied for their EIDL loans. And I'm here to tell you that the majority of the manual underwriting process will take a similar approach to what the SBA is doing. It's all about benchmarking and going with best practices. So if we know what we need to have on our application up front before we file it, you will get that approval, that stamped approval on the application on the first attempt. Let's get into it, guys, starting with number 1. Now on this channel, I talk a lot about business credit and then replacing business credit with your personal credit. But so many of you skip past that one key word, business, inside of business credit. You guys seem to forget that those two are separated, personal credit from business credit. So the number one thing in ensuring that you will get approved for a business loan is to make sure that your business is properly set up before you go and make that application process. Now, I'm not going to go into full detail on setting up a business. I have plenty in my playlist. You can check out a playlist above on how to set that business up and build business credit. I just want to point out the key things that could be missing when they're out there in the underwriting process looking to give you that stamp of approval. The top reasons for that denial is that they can't find your business, all right? Start by going out to your Secretary of State, wherever your business is registered. Ensure that it is in good standing. Sometimes you just make a simple mistake. You forget to file something. You forget to pay a bill. You forget to do something, and you fall out of good standing with the Secretary of State. While you're there, check for things like spelling errors and check to make sure that the address is up to date and it all matches on that application. It's always best to have the application open and the Secretary of State open at the same time to make sure all the spelling lines up. Sometimes we have complicated things that we spell, or it shows up on the Secretary of State a little differently, and you got to make sure that it's on the application the same way so that the underwriter can first start by finding your business. Now, number 2 goes right in line with number 1 in ensuring that your business is set up appropriately, because the underwriter will also search for these other key things. An EIN number, a business checking account has to be on that application. Your business address has to be an official business address and not a residential address, business phone number, business website and email. And now we're seeing that they're actually checking things like social media. So if you have a social media account, add that to the application. Now, this is all done just to prove that you have a legitimate business. So don't skip these very simple things. A Google phone number will not get you approved. Virtual addresses, numbers, and websites can all be set up for as little as $20 a month. Imagine $20 a month could stop you from gaining a loan of $100,000 or even $1 million. Could you imagine if that happened? I know this happened to so many in the EIDL process. They did not have the proper things established to verify that they had a proven legitimate business. Now, number 3 is an interesting one, and this is to actually check your business credit score before applying. Now, some other coaches will tell you to do this at the end of the process, but I want you to do it before you apply, okay? Because this will also apply to the more established businesses versus the startups. Check your Paydex score before you even apply, because if you don't meet the minimum Paydex score, you may get turned down for that loan right away. Now, there are free sites out there like nav.com. I'll link them inside the description. You can get a free credit score there, or you can have a paid credit score that you can check it, and it'll actually add another trade line to your credit lines. But go out there and check. The minimum that you want to have is an 80. You'll need to do some work if you do not currently have an 80, and that work could include adding more trade lines from your suppliers. A 5 is a good rule of thumb to ensuring that you have a 5 that are reporting to the 3 business credit bureaus, and ask who they report into. They don't all report to the 3 major ones, and in order of importance, that's Dun & Bradstreet, the D&B, Experian Business, and Equifax Business, in that order. That's usually the way that most underwriters look at credit scores, okay? So make sure that they're reporting to all 3 of those, okay? And honestly, if they're not reporting to all 3 of those, don't focus on them. Find some others that are reporting to all 3. It's always best to have them to report to the 3. Now, if you are a startup, checking your personal credit can also help you in this scenario, because you could get onto a fast track for loans with a personal guarantee. I will say that a 680 is the minimum for most underwriting processes, but I have actually found some lenders out there that will loan against a 600 FICO score. I will share them with you in a different video. Wow, I'm revealing all of my biggest secrets in this video. Remember to hit the like button and become a subscriber, and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified of my next upcoming video. Remember, if you want me to go into more depth on anything that I'm talking about in this video, leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to answer it either in the comments or on the next video. The best way of growing wealth quickly is to bring others along with you. So remember, share this with all of your friends and all of your family. Let's get back to the video. Number 4. Number 4 is an important one, and it is to check your DUNS number. Simply go out to the D&B website and check your DUNS number. Make sure that you do not have any spelling errors in it. Make sure you're doing the same check that you did when you went and checked your Secretary of State, and look to see who is actually reporting. Check the trade lines to see who's reporting inside that DUNS number, because there may be a possibility that you're not even meeting the minimum criteria that a supplier has in order to report in. Don't just assume that all transactions that you transact with that supplier will report to all 3 credit bureaus. Ask the supplier specifically, who do you report to and what is the criteria? It can change so often. It could change every 30, 60 to 90 days. For example, they may say that you need to have 2 transactions with a minimum of $100 each to be reported to the D&B, Experian Business, and Equifax Business. Or they may just say, we only report to 1. Or they may say, we only report to 2. Or we may say, we only report to 3. If they don't report to all 3, I would honestly drop them if I were you. You want to make sure that they're reporting to all 3, because not all lenders look at all 3. So you could actually be doing more legwork and manual work by having to have more trade lines versus 5. You could have to have 10 or 15 if they don't all report to all 3 trade lines. Check them out, make sure they're reporting, and ask them what the minimum requirements are. Number 5, after you've checked all of your actions through 1 to 4, go back and check your credit score again and validate that you have made the right adjustments. You might have had to do some things differently in steps 1 through 4, and now you get to see if it's proven to work for you, all right? So go back and check your credit score again and see if you've reached that 80 on your Paydex score, all right? Getting business credit is far easier than it is to get personal credit. So if you perform all of the steps that I explained in this video, before you know it, you'll be on the fast track to gaining $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, or even $1 million for your small business before you know it. All of these steps can be performed in 1 day's time. It doesn't take much effort to do all this. In fact, I did it before I filmed this video. I checked my own stuff to make sure that I'm still up to date on these 5 tips, all right? So do this all in 1 day and check it often. Check it every 30 days. That's my last tip for you guys. It only takes a day, and do it every 30 days to ensure you're on the right track and you're making the right adjustments. Thank you for joining me for another video. I help out small business owners more and more every day, just like yourself. You could join my email list by going to the description. Simply type in your email list, hit subscribe, and you'll get a verification back that says you've joined the email list. I'm always sending out free content around my Airbnbs, launching new courses, launching master courses, and of course, free templates for anybody out there trying to build business success. If you are out there trying to start a B&B and you need my help, find me through the description as well. And remember, I have a crash course that helps you start an Airbnb business for a limited time offering before I close that course, because I'm merging it with my mastermind course. You can get that course at a steal right now. It teaches you how to take a $50 bill, open an Airbnb, a cash flow in 3 business days, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. It's very scalable, and you can repeat the process by simply repeating it and scaling it over and over again. You're not going to find a better deal, and it will be only open for a limited time before I merge it with my master course. So grab it today before it's gone, all right? If you guys would like to set up a coaching session with me, find me in the description as well. I do hope you guys go out and take all these actions today so you have a better future tomorrow. I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Bye for now.